sound crazy as hell. But that's all good, man. You know what I'm saying, man? Right. This is it right here. Amen. 2 feet. Whoa. 2 feet. Every 2 feet. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Amid defeat to us, save your population. Ethnic variety and history, amend your wrongs, concede to us, due to our size, situation, and strategic location. Turn over your seats and control to us as we form the utopia that has come close, yet cannot come under your leadership. I repeat, admit defeat. We are worldwide, and enough of us have been killed or injured or imprisoned or enslaved in our lines of duty as rebels. Because of changes we can make, we need the power and force. Admit defeat to us. Admit defeat to us. Save your population, ethnic variety, and history. Admit defeat to us. Admit defeat to us. Admit defeat to us. Admit defeat to us. Admit defeat to us.
I reminisce on a day when the rains came, tapping on my window, cleansing the pain, as I glance at a picture contained in the frame. From my wild imagination, tamed, trained, then explained after consulting the brain. The lame who complain might be related to a man called Cain. Hear me when I walk up, talk up, keep my head up before you get knocked up, shocked up, and locked up. With so much up, how you gonna get down as you sport a frown? Keep that to town, broken like your crown. No one around to give you pounds, cause you had 5 too many rounds and played the role of a clown. One pitcher too many and pass it on the mound. Within your center lies soiled gowns, cry yourself to sleep with echoed hounds. When I release these sounds, the mind will be wound and revved. So roll with me and pull a lever, get out my head, never judge, at least the dread. I saw my lyrical close with a mental thread. Dodge negativity, so I don't end up dead from the flesh. Patiently await eternal life is me fesh. Roll with the eye, go not to the right or the left. Count every single time that you get blessed. Stay one way and pass the living test, cause can-do type people are the best. Every day is a good day solved for the holy quest. I try to ease the road of this mess, so I suggest the holy a spiritual request. I must confess from the left side of my chest, I look at the beast and see a pest, sprinkling poison yeast from the east to the west with a glorious finesse and a supernatural caress. Easily consumed by godness, tossed in a pit after a simple arrest. Surrounded in offense and perdition, repenters are wishing that they could fly out the nest in which they coexist in. Death not yet allowed to live, but when it takes it shall also give a brand new home to live, or shall I say old, since as we were born this sentence living cold, only to forget and pray to unfold. We're scared to be told by people that scold the soul that tell them the holy scroll, you know? Yeah. Know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's called the holy scroll, you know? All these new findings, you know, like astronaut findings and Chinese clip findings. My rhymes excite at the same time they're tight, whether it be in the day or at night. And if you listen to what I say, you just might get into a painful fight with your old ways. Straight up see the light before the dawn of the next day. So leave me alone up in my room for about 4 hours, so I can meditate and regain my power. Dropping seeds in your mind and praying for a shower, so they may grow into a glowing, complex, yet perfect flower after ascending a huge tower. Not talking about Mario, Luigi, or Bowser. Just take a deep breath and hold on to your trousers and let it get closer in mind like a browser. Cast out afflictions like an arouser. From a certain level of respect, communicating like Heiser. Sometimes I drink brew, smoke bud, then act wiser. Sometimes I get mad, walk to a corner and talk to myself fast like an old miser. If I'm talking over your head, it's because I'm higher. I'm the pilot of the blunt, so I be a flyer. If the lightning strikes and a bolt becomes loose, and I'm gonna fasten it with a plier. If you need heat, come within my cipher, blazing with a natural fire. No need for an outlet with a tangled ass wire. Hit you in your base with a ball. The empire of the leaves, eventually they will fall. So stand tall and avoid the crawl. Cause before you unload, you first must haul. Take a break from meddling amongst merchants and malls. Lower the laughter, listen when I call. Preparing for the spiritual sprawl where many stars will fall, casting ophelia into one is all, looking for lost mummies lurking within dark halls and hollow walls. With all sincerity and cordial clarity, exercise, expressing charity and being lavish. So when all the cherubims chuckle and perish, you'll still have your soul to cherish. If a better understanding is what you need, then allow me to plant a seed. After poking a hole in your mind with a reed, hoping to evacuate every gram of greed through this reality creed. Gathered meat for the ultimate feed, going through the garden armed with the gospel gun, grazing weeds. Absorbing certain laws as I read like a Pharisee, stacking bits of knowledge embedded in beads.
The way it seems, the way the beats just kick back, like the way we used to just roam the street. But now I got a nervous twitch that keeps me peaked into the phase of partial defeat that comes constantly when I'm fighting the beast, because the beast hides as my friend. Meet me at the feast, taking a sip of the water while I think one of these fools is gonna betray we. And I'm not just talking about me, I'm talking about we. Done what we supposed to do. We do what we wanna do. We done what was right. And we're gonna keep doing that. And we're gonna keep staying up at night, because the power of the dark side is carried through by the light, carried through into the transformation of the physical body into another physical body. The way that the birds might be watching you when it really might be your whole crew thinking, is this kid acting a fool? And all of them might have fallen under the fallen guidance, whereas they might all actually have the right mentality. And you might need to check yourself, because I know I did. But you gotta make skid marks to make tracks. You gotta make tracks to make the train. You gotta make the train to make Chicago. Unless you got a car, but that shit go. You know, like the roll. If you want to roll, you might want to go slow, but you want to go. You don't want to just sit there. You know, like when you used to just sit there, you just pull over because you couldn't handle two things at once. Well, if you alive, you thinking. If you alive and you acting, you're doing two things at once. But really, I think the key is when you're doing three, because they rhyme. That's what I see. With my hand on one knee, I like to put my hand on my other knee. With my hand on my other knee, I like to take my hand off my knee and take my other hand off my knee. And I like to breathe. And I like to think that I can be the breeze when I want to be the breeze.